I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. Oh, no? Ready. Is that going to make noise?
We're sorry, your call cannot be completed as...
I'd say it's going to make noise. That happens every time I try to call down here.
It is not necessary to dial a 1 when calling this number. It is not... We're sorry, your call cannot be completed as dialed.
We're laughing with you. All that.
Okay, I'm going to call the Tuesday, July the 27th, 2021 meeting for the Board for Licensing Contractors to order. If we will, we'll do a roll call, starting with Randy.
Randy Chase, Nashville.
Jennifer Ransom, Memphis.
Andy Allen, Knoxville.
Keith Whittington, Johnson City.
Mark Brudd, Knoxville.
Reese Smith, Franklin.
Jerry Hayes, Paris.
Benny Jones, Manchester.
Okay. Can I get a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Got a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, then we got the March 30th meeting minutes. I would like to entertain a motion to have those approved.
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion is approved. Now we need to, there's no place in here for our cases, the legal report. All right, let's start in on the legal report. Randy, we'll start with you. You got any?
On the legal report,
Yes.
I don't have any specific. I'm at the commercial stuff that we went over.
No, not just the commercial stuff. Our interviews or
Oh, well, that's not the legal report.
oh, we're not? Okay, all right. The legal report then.
Okay, we've got, I think most of the complaints that were presented, there were no changes or alterations, but I do have, let's see, roughly, I think, 5 or 6 here, so I'll read those changes into the record now. Oh, sorry, Dennis Gregory. So we have number 3. This is complaint number 2021-03-0241. The original recommendation was for a $250 civil penalty. That has been changed to a $500 civil penalty. Number 5, complaint number 2021-02-4741. That was originally recommended as a $250 civil penalty. That's being changed to a $500 civil penalty. 9. That is complaint number 2021-03-4061. That was originally recommended as a $1,000 civil penalty, now being changed to a $5,000 civil penalty. Number 68. Complaint number 2021-03-5911. That was originally recommended as a $750 civil penalty, now being changed to a $1,000 civil penalty. Number 70, complaint number 2021-03-3541. That was originally recommended as a $250 civil penalty, now being changed to a $2,000 civil penalty. And I believe that concludes the changes and alterations. Are any?
I get a motion to accept the legal report.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. We've got about 12 minutes. All right, do we have any hardships? Oh.
I make a motion that we approve the hardships as presented.
Second that.
Have a motion and a second to,
Mark Rudd.
motion and a second to approve the hardships. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Approved or opposed? Motion carries. On the license approvals, the waived interviews. Have a motion to accept the waived interviews applications.
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise. Motion carries. The revisions. Can I
Move for approval.
Seconded.
have a motion and a second to approve? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise. Motion carries. Then LLEs, LLPs, do we have anything,
We do. So they were approved except for 2, 5, 4, 5, 1, 2 was denied. It's been since 2006. 56207 was denied. It was from 2002 expiration. That's for approval.
okay? Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise. Motion carries. Okay, applications with factors.
Well, we had a couple LLPs also.
Oh,
Just real quick, there's a couple of them. License number 42, 23, and 2955. I approved both of those. One was applicant with a felony, and one was looking for a reinstatement without an exam, and I approved both of those.
Second that.
I have a motion and a second to approve the LLPs. It's my mistake. I thought we were doing both of those at the same time, Randy. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed likewise. The motion carries. And then home improvement. Have a motion to accept the home improvement.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise. And the motion carries. Yeah, we have to wait on the applications with factors. Is that right? Yeah, let's do that.
Good morning, everyone. John Murphy, attorney for the board. I'm happy to present for the board's review, consideration, and approval a rulemaking packet that we've been working on with Caroline and Assistant Commissioner Martin. I know that Assistant Commissioner Martin would have liked to have been here. Unfortunately, he's at attending a conference for another board. Should the rulemaking packet be approved by the board, the rule sections that would be open for amendment would be 0680-01-.02, and that's the consideration of application. 0680-01-.09, that's change in mode of operation, and 0680-01-.14, and that's the request for change of classification or limitation. I'll be happy to briefly summarize the rulemaking process and answer any questions that you all have, but it will essentially follow the same process that the board recently went through for the residential continuing education rulemaking. But if there's no questions, to get this rulemaking packet started, the board would need to vote by roll call for us to move forward to the next phase of the process.
I think everyone had discussions with the assistant commissioner. Does anyone have any questions about what it is that is being proposed, and or any concerns?
Carolyn, are you ready for that? Yes.
I'll have the ability.
That way you can just process them as you go, and you don't have to wait for a big pile coming right after this meeting, I guess. Huh? That seems to make sense. Yeah.
Second of a month. urge to make.
One that
So will the applications come to us as members, board members, just kind of on a regular basis, or is there going to be some sort of schedule, or is that just going to be kind of random?
Randomly send you one or two. She can
Sending them out randomly, you'd be sending them out all the time, is that correct?
I think once a week, or just on some sort of schedule, so it's like not like a couple a day, several days a week, or I'm sure you'll figure out some sort of system that will work.
I normally get not all the time.
Board think that
Are there any other questions or discussion? Can I get a motion? You need a motion and approval, correct?
By roll call vote.
I have one.
Okay.
When does this go, we're gonna pass this, when does this go into effect?
So the process is, so upon approval of the board by roll call vote right now, there's going to be an internal process, and that's through justification memo. That will be an internal review. And then following that internal review, it's then reviewed by the administration. Once the administration approves that, we'll file a notice of rulemaking hearing with the Secretary of State, similar to what the residential continuing education required of having that hearing. And then it has to be approved by the Attorney General's office. And then once it's approved by the Attorney General's office, it will finally go before the Joint Government Operations Committee. So there's quite a few steps in between.
About 2027.
There's a few steps. So
No time soon.
continuing education rules effectively.
We can't start doing this without these rules. On
that's
our own.
correct. That's correct.
Legislature, then
So the Joint Government Operations Committee would be that kind of final stamp of approval. It does have to go, it has to be publicly noticed to give.
we can approve it and go on to the.
There shouldn't require any statutory change, so it's just that Joint Government Operations Committee that would approve the rules.
Yeah, they will approve, not like these, they approve these.
Actually, May, I think end of May was
okay.
when they approved the residential continuing education rules.
Right, and so we did have to go.
Well, at least a year.
I would hesitate to put a time frame on it, but of course we'll work as quickly as we can on our side to get this approved.
And I think the Attorney General's office took
something I thought. Look at 0680-01-.14. $1.5 million limit for the
But
audited statement.
we'll work as quickly as we can on our side to get this.
Look at 0680-01.
Okay, if you're calling in and listening into the meeting, please mute your mic unless you have anything to say. We can hear your conversation. And for those of you that have called in, we started the meeting just a few moments early, and we will continue right on here as things go. We're after 10 o'clock now, so are there any more questions about the application rules? Not, can I get a motion to accept the changes to the application rules?
I make the motion.
Second.
A motion and a second. No further discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise. Motion carries. Oh, we need to do this by roll call
By
vote.
roll
I
call.
apologize.
I can
Carolyn?
call him Penny Jones,
Yes.
Jerry Hayes,
Yes.
Rick Smith,
Yes.
Mark
Yes.
Yes.
Jeffrey Ransom,
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, now we're ready to go back to the continuing education provider applications.
yes, and they, the one
Anyone have any questions of any of the providers?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Where do we stand on being able?
To the continuing education provider applications.
Yes.
Any other discussion on any of the providers? Okay, then I will accept a motion to approve the applications. Do we need to do these one by one, or can we just do them as a group?
I think we can do them all, we probably need to name them.
Okay. Someone want to make a motion and name each one of the providers for me, and then we'll approve them?
I'd like to make a motion that Rocket Cert LLC, Certified Training Institute LLC, PDH Academy, Chattanooga State Community College, and the Home Builders Association be listed as RCE provider.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second it.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed likewise. The motion carries. We now have 5 providers for continuing education in the state of Tennessee. Okay, now we'll go with applications with factors, and I will start with Randy if you've got any.
Yes, I have one. I had a it's application 76608, Steel Ride Construction Division. They had performed some work without having a home improvement license. Though they were performing projects in the Memphis area. They weren't very large projects, but there were 4 of them that were an issue, and so I am recommending $100 per job for a total of $400 fine. That's the only one I had, Keith.
Okay. Anyone else have any?
I've got several, Keith.
Okay, Mark.
First one I've got is Jimmy Bain Construction 76782. He is not licensed currently and has been, his experience showed that he had been contracting with homeowner directly as an advisor on projects larger than $25,000. Projects recommended $1,000. One I've got is Brad Chambers, 76165. Bought houses and essentially was flipping them without a license, anywhere from 75,000 to 450,000. Thought that since he owned the house, he didn't have to have a license, but they were not for his residence. They were flipping them and selling them. Is asking for a BCAB license for 750,000. I'm proposing that we issue that with a $5,000 fine. Next one I have is Green Waves Inc. 76674. This is a solar panel contractor who has admitted that he's done work over 25,000. Recommending a fine of $1,000 for him, and they have accepted that. Next one is Benjamin Dotson, doing business as Dotson Designs, license 76727. performed work in Knox County in excess of $3,000. Pending a fine for one is Metis Build 76551. Has performed work over 25,000 without a license. He is seeking a BCA license for 514,000. I'm recommending a fine of $5,000 for working without a license. Last one I have was the interview I did this morning. A home builder with a $130,000 license. License number 38375, Crane Brothers Construction. They have a $150,000 limit on their license and did 3 projects over $500,000. As a advisor, the homeowner took out the permit and had all the contracts, but I'm recommending that we issue a $500 fine for him.
Okay, I've got several. First one is license number 8539, S&S Building Structures. They're contracting on an expired license. They had 3 projects they had listed. I'm proposing a $1,500 per project for a total of $4,500. The next one is license number 10002, EAS Property Services. They had a project listed over their license limit. I'm proposing a $250 civil penalty. The next one is license number 10067, Revive Renovations. They were contracting without a license, and I'm proposing a $300 civil penalty for that. Did we go over lighthouse construction? Okay. License number 74286, Lighthouse Construction. They were working out of their classification, and I'm proposing a $2,000 civil penalty on that. License number 10121, Franklin Heating and Cooling. They had projects they listed over 25,000. They were applying for a home improvement license, and I've denied that because of the nature of their business, and suggesting that they obtain a contractor's license. And I'm not sure where they are on that. I haven't heard anything back. They are? Okay.
Hang on a second. I misunderstood. I thought on the email on that thing that you approved the home improvement license, but that you wanted them to get a contractor's CMCC to do the larger HVAC.
Okay.
Is that right, Carolyn? Is that the way you understood it?
Yeah, we're unable to pull permits anytime.
Or just a HVAC, just to put an HVAC unit in a house, you got to have a home improvement license in Brentwood for some reason.
Okay, I've forgotten that one. So that is correct. I did improve the.
I think that's right. I just want to make sure.
That's correct.
Okay.
But I did suggest that they go ahead and get a contractor's
Yeah,
license.
they need to get a contractor's license. They're doing work in Nashville and Franklin, and we don't know how they're getting permits approved. They don't have a mechanical license. It doesn't appear. They've got a certificate from 25 years ago, which we've yet to see.
probably need to keep an eye on that one. The next one that I have is license number 36152, Gaines Sharon Construction. They had projects over their limit, and I know I didn't suggest a $1 million penalty, but that's what's listed down here. I'm certain that was meant to be a $1,000 penalty. Then was this the interview, Kathy, that I did this morning? License number 64362. Says it wanted to discuss at the board meeting. Okay, then I don't know what that one is. We'll let that one go. I have 2 home improvements that this morning. License number 10135. It's a new application. AZD Home Improvements. They've listed projects on their application that were over the threshold for licensure in counties that require it, and I'm proposing a $500 civil penalty for those projects. License number 10107, Easy Fix Garage Door and Gate Service. They've listed projects that were over the license limit and in their application, and I'm proposing likewise a $500 civil penalty for those 2 projects, and then we can issue the license. Are there any others?
I have one, license 51422. I'm recommending a $1,000 fine and approve upon payment of fine. They were contracting over their limit, but I mean, they're asking for enough to include what they were contracting.
I get a motion to accept the all the determinations on applications with factors.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise. Motion carries. Board updates. Next board meeting will be September the 28th and 29th, and that would be in Gatlinburg or at the Park Vista. So everyone, please make your plans to attend. And any other business to come before the board? Not, I'll entertain a motion. We adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, stand on your feet. Have a good trip home, guys.
Thank you.
We were waiting.
Kind of a plane do you have?
Andy has the plane. Iris.
Those are nice little planes. The company I was doing some work for some years back, Jamaica Sausage down there in Alabama, they've got a Cirrus. I mean, it was a slick little plane.
You guys be
Camp,
careful
I'll see you.
flying back, okay?
Thank you, Keith.
Vinny, good to see you, bud.
Good to see you.
In a while.
Yeah.
Unless
we run
this
into it
current
again.
administration finds a way to screw everything up.